travel travellers.
Well, our next four-wheel drive experience is all about sand. The sand here on Rainbow Beach, and then plenty of sand just north of here across Inskip Point to Fraser Island. It's the world's largest sand island, and we'll do that by travelling in this, the mighty Earthcruiser. So step one is to deflate your tyres. We're at 60 psi at the moment, and we're going to deflate right down to 15 psi. Which means it's a quarter of the normal pressure, which means the tyre will be fat. We'll be able to walk across the soft sands down here on Rainbow and Fraser Island. So, great experience ahead. Let's go. Rainbow Beach. Rainbow Beach, all colours of the rainbow here and more. Now look at this. Look at this bright ochre sand here. That is just so rich. And yet you've got the whites or the yellows here, greys over here. They reckon there's 72 separate colours here on Rainbow Beach. It's quite a spectacle down the coast here. Rainbow Beach, awesome. The fishing's really good off here at Rainbow Beach. There's a gutter just this side of the surf line and the trevally are running up and down. And these guys are pulling in fish after fish. And who's watching? This whopping big hungry osprey. Now he's sitting on the beach there, flying up into the rainbow coloured sands. And then when these guys discard their smaller fish, watch this. This osprey just sweeps in over their shoulder into the water, picks the fish up in its talons, and off it goes. Off it goes for the meal of its daytime. What an awesome fishing experience. Off to Fraser we go. We're on the Inskip barge, only 8 vehicles at a time. This is the last ferry of the day. So sun setting, Fraser Island here, and some great adventures ahead. You can have dingoes, freshwater lakes, driving along the beach there, shipwrecks, rainforests. Wow, Fraser Island, here we come. The joy, the sheer exhilaration of driving on sand. Here on Fraser Island, there's plenty of it. We've set out at dawn, just on low tide. That's when you get the firmest sand. So we're getting a good run right along the shoreline. The waves lapping here, the sun rising. It's just a tremendous feeling. And now we're off to explore right up north here on Fraser Island. The inland lakes, shipwrecks, all ahead. Lake Wabi, take a look at the massive amount of sand surrounding this particular lake, Lake Wabi. This is just a small part of what constitutes the world's largest sand island, Fraser Island. The sand has been swept up the east coast of Australia from the Hawkesbury Basin and now covers all of this island, 120 kilometres from north to south. Not only the world's largest sand island, but also the only place in the world where rainforest actually grows on sand. So, Lake Wabi, a place to explore and enjoy as we continue our adventures here on Fraser Island. The beauty and savagery of Mother Nature. Now look at this, a giant turtle has come ashore and died, and you've got one dingo in here pulling away at the meat. A second dingo coming in here. They are going to feast on this turtle. I thought dingoes were going to be hard to see, but we've only been off that ferry for probably 2 or 3 minutes, and this is the spectacle that is unfolding in front of us. Mother Nature at work. Well, we have been here just on an hour now. These two dingoes are oscillating. One will come in and feast, the other will go off and rest. You've got to be careful here. These dingoes are a little bit skittish when we approach them. Likewise, one dingo back round me, so I'm watching my back. You've got to take care. This is indeed a spectacle. This giant turtle being ripped apart by these two hungry dingoes. I'm just feasting on the spectacle of this. This is just amazing. Nature at work. Amazing. So how has Mother Nature's real life story played out during the night? Well, we've gone away, come back first light in the morning. First of all, the turtle's gone. Secondly, we've now got 1, 2, 3 dingoes here and a lone dingo back down on the beach here. Now the turtle's gone, but this dingo must sense some offal on the beach, scratching and digging about. So we've heard these dingoes howl this morning. Quite an eerie sound. 4 dingoes now, but as the sun rises, they're retreating back up into the hinterland here. Quite some experience. Well, there's another bit of wildlife that's not quite as appealing. Marsh flies. They're damn everywhere. Fly spray, spray that on. They laugh at you, they drink it up. It's like an aphrodisiac to them. No value at all, doesn't work at all. So, what does one do? One gets into the march of the marsh flies. Rafe, this is an airline, a beach airline.
Correct. Fraser Island here, one of 2 commercial operators in the whole world that can take off and land from the beach. So one being here, one being Barra in Scotland. So we think this is the better option here today.
Rafe, what's the challenges of flying, taking off and landing on sand like this?
Well, it's certainly not a normal perfectly paved out runway. We've got the waves coming up all the time. We've got high tides, we've got dingoes coming out on the strip. We've got to duck and weave every now and then, but it's a challenge that we like, and if we have to, we go around.
So it's a sightseeing airline?
Correct. We offer 15-minute scenic flights off the beach, on the beach as well. So we take off, we see Lake McKenzie, Lake Wabi, Mahino Shipwreck, Eli Creek, where 80 million litres of fresh water come out every single day, as well as the pinnacles. Absolutely beautiful.
The Mahino, this was the pride of the Pacific for 30 years, a luxury liner sailing between Sydney and New Zealand, fastest ship across the Tasman. Then went out of service, 1935, being towed up the coast for scrap. The tow line broke, the Mahino was adrift and drifted to shore, its final resting place. The Mahino, not much left of it now. Days up here on Fraser Island can be toasty hot, toasty, and yet to refresh yourself, hop in one of these ice cold streams. Coming straight out of the inland lakes like Lake McKenzie, straight out of the sea, you can actually drift all the way down in these currents. Just a great way to experience inland Fraser Island and cool down. From the western surf side of Fraser Island, we're heading inland, rugged trails, lots of ruts. Got to go slow here, 5-10 kilometres an hour, but we pass through some lush rainforest in the heart of Fraser Island. Well, what that drive through the heart of Fraser Island leads you to is this superb, pristine lake. This lake is Lake McKenzie. It's a perch lake, which means there's no creeks, there's no springs, it's just rainwater that fills it, but it stays deliciously warm all year round. Filled with fish, filled with frogs, great place for visitors to come and swim and just enjoy this wonderful Lake McKenzie in the heart of Fraser Island.